So they are on the Naxal issue, they say this is a state subject, you deal with yourself. You are not ready to empower the government, the state government with law and the police force and the logistics, but you are ready to infringe them by using your center superior authority. This clearly shows the politics on the eve of the elections.
No, the question to the Congress party, 9 minutes on the debate is this: is the Congress party doing this aware that it's going to face a drubbing in the next state election results, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, which is why you're playing out all your cards, not knowing when the next general elections will happen. If you enter a lame duck government phase, then you want to burnish your secular credentials with 5 months or less to go for the general elections.
First of all,
this is your last
intrinsic merits of an
card.
issue. First of all, the intrinsic merits of an issue matter in the ultimate analysis and not the timing. Timing is irrelevant if the issue is otherwise good. Number two, this bill was brought twice earlier. It was introduced into Parliament. You are forgetting that. It was not allowed to be taken further, and this is the third time we are bringing it in Parliament. Thirdly, the food security bill has the same allegation that we are having the food security bill because we want to get electoral gain. Any political formation does a legislative act for two things. If it is good for the country, and of course, it wants to be considered the author of something good.
No, Dr. Singhvi.
What's the harm in that?
Dr. Singhvi,
and you are not concerned about divisive politics of those who go to Uttar Pradesh
the only thing is,
but you talk of divisive politics of those who bring the Prevention of Communal Violence Bill. This is something funny. You don't talk about the divisive politics of those who at every stumping, like Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah, bring in idioms, bring in imagery, which is completely divisive.
How wonderful!
And we bring
how wonderful this is! How wonderful this is! No, Dr. Singhvi. No. What's it, Dr. Singhvi? How wonderful is it? How wonderful is it that on so many issues? One second. On so many issues you come on Times Now and you say, well, you know, if we have to legislate for some things, first we have to evolve a political consensus on it.
Yes.
We ask you today, why don't you enact the toughest laws against corruption? We ask you on the Lokpal and all other issues, you are the first person who says, always you say, let's have a political consensus on it. Political consensus is important for legislation.
We have never hesitated
on this particular case, I'll take 5 seconds to complete.
They are passed or not,
you have twisted your own argument.
But we have
you have no political consensus, but yet you'll push the bill.
No, the same thing happened with the food security bill. The same thing is happening with the women's reservation bill. We are bringing it nevertheless. Does it mean that because, you know, consensus does not mean unanimity. It does not mean veto. It does not mean that people who have the who are obviously...
But Bharat Kumar Raut has a question for you.
I have to ask you, Mr. Singhvi, Dr. Singhvi, I would like to ask you, this is perhaps the last session before the election. Next session would be just to pass the vote of the count. Then we are going for elections. Before that, your Lokpal bill is still pending, judicial accountability bill is pending. These are the assurances which you had given many years ago. They are pending. Suddenly we bring this because you know that this bill is not likely to see the light of the day.
Two very good examples, Mr. Bharat Raut. Two very good examples.
To show the that we are with you.
Only persons who have got both the Lokpal
election gimmick.
Both the Lokpal and the other bill you are talking about is the Congress.
Just make a quick...
Both the bills have been stymied and obstructed and objected to by the BJP. We brought the Lokpal. We brought the judicial accountability. It was opposed. It was opposed tooth and nail.
Now 1 second, the BJP is responding.
Sudhanshu Trivedi. Violence bill has been part of our manifesto.
Sudhanshu Trivedi
is been part of our document. It's been part of our standard,
1 second.
professed
Bring the Lokpal
agenda.
Bill. Bring the Lokpal bill.
We brought it.
Have as
you wanted to put impossible conditions of the CBI on it. You wanted to make a CBI an unaccountable institution.
Dr. Singhvi, since you have brought down this now to this extremely remarkable principle that consensus or no consensus, we cannot wait but legislate on the communal violence bill. And I'd say, please, for God's sake, Dr. Singhvi, allow me to complete, have the same rules on other bills. Don't show this complete enthusiasm for one bill and forget all the other bills, because then people will suspect the intentions behind bringing one bill. Sudhanshu Trivedi responding to you now.
Dr. Singhvi is giving the logic of convenience. I would like to remind you that you used to accuse BJP that they are not allowing this food security bill to pass. Rahul Gandhi has said that BJP was not allowing the land acquisition bill to pass, though we have supported it. For the issue of women reservation, they need BJP support. For Lokpal, they need BJP support. When you have to equally blame for BJP. But when it comes, whether it is the issue of nuclear deal with America, whether it is the FDI in retail or this communal violence bill, then it comes the authority of the center. It is a very strange logic that on one issue, if you think you can shed some responsibility on BJP, they are not supporting. On the other issue, you are saying, no, there is no need of consensus. You should go with one principle on all the bills.
This bill...
And it is not the issue of BJP versus Congress. It is the issue of states versus federal.
The problem is public memory is short and you delay a bill and then you damn it. This was circulated in 2005 and 6. It has always been opposed by the party known for its signature tune of communalism. It was then introduced in 2009 or 10. It was not allowed to be passed. It has again been brought up. It's been in our agenda. It's been in our manifesto. And if we bring up something which we've always stood by, there is no question of timing. It's not the first time we are bringing it. It's not the first time in the end session that we are bringing it. And each of the other bills, by the way, we have brought
up. The bill which was presented in 2010 and 11 was a very draconian bill.
1 minute. With respect, I'd say this, that the people of India did not elect Aruna Roy. The people of India, Abhishek Manu Singhvi, you may forget, and the way the Congress decision making happens, the people of India did not elect the National Advisory Council.
Yes, they did.
So if the National Advisory Council thinks it's a parallel judicial constitutional body, you have no political consensus on this, and you say we need not have a consensus. Just because there's consensus in the NAC does not mean you are able to push something through.
आप ये देखिए सही NAC के मेंबर कौन-कौन है? जरा बताइए सही देश जानना चाहता है. Who are the member of the NAC and who has elected those members? Why this extrajudicial?
Are they elected? They are not elected. They are nominated members. Let us be very clear.
Of course.
Government side for its own convenience has nominated those members. They are not elected members.
Parliament passes the bill, not the NAC, Arnab.
So Dr. Singhvi, is the only purpose of pushing this controversy to create some tamasha in Parliament, to create a distraction, so that the focus goes away. No, 1 minute. So that the focus goes away from.
Nobody talked about the merits of food security. They said we want to get political brownie points.
Do you see?
You don't talk about the merits.
It's all about political brownie points. It's becoming too transparent right now.
Forgetting the 3 times you brought it earlier. Or 2 times you brought it earlier.
Gaurav Bhatia, please. 2 minutes to the debate. Gaurav Bhatia.
I just learned from some news channels that now they have decided to amend the bill. Now, if the earlier bill was so perfect and all the due diligence was done, then why was it amended? That clearly shows that their homework has not been done. It has been ill-drafted and there is lack of preparation on their part. And that is why they are rushing through this bill and various amendments are being made without studying the impact of those amendments and the bill. So at least when they are bringing a bill of this nature which is so sensitive and it is to cure a menace in society, should they not do their due diligence before they table it?
Whether regional parties or BJP who are hell-bent upon throwing the baby out with the bathwater, we have always been open to constructive amendments, provided it is not thrown out per se. What you are hearing are arguments of per se opposition.
What is the point?
Because at least one group is scared about the passage of this bill.
Why are you making this allegation? What makes you? How will you prove that? You are a jurist. You should be making statement which you can prove. How can make such against the regional parties?
Gentlemen, 1 minute. Till day before yesterday, on the Newshour, all the Congress leaders said we don't need to change the definition of group. This is a perfect bill. You have a political agenda if you are questioning it. Today, you have changed the definition of group, which is
that is the point I was making.
In other words,
the passage.
What you... No, 1 minute. Dr. Singhvi, allow me to complete, please. In other words, what... No, Dr. Singhvi, in other words, what you were calling perfect till yesterday is imperfect today. And what is imperfect today, you are calling... perfect today, it will be imperfect tomorrow.
Look,
I request you please consider the imperfect nature in which you are pushing the communal violence bill through, and we'll have another debate on it.
On the nitty-gritty. But what you are seeing here is not a single constructive suggestion on nitty-gritty. What you are hearing is a per se objection, whole scale, throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Play around with the social fabric of the nation.
There are people who don't want this
play around with the social fabric of the nation.
I would like to say
that has still not been implemented in states because there was no machinery and infrastructure.
The implications are too serious. Gentlemen, I'm totally out of time. I'm going into a break. The implications are too serious. Think about it. A bill needs to be brought through not just for noise or for tamasha, but also as a piece of legislation. Like in the case of the Lokpal, talk to the states, talk to the stakeholders, and then consider what you want to bring into Parliament, not just what you want to debate. Thank you very much for joining me on Newshour Debate 2 on the Newshour tonight.